Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. With Steve Kerr and Clark. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
You know, a short time ago, I had a chance to catch up with Greg Popovich. They've had success against this team, winning their one matchup of the season, but he's not getting complacent, and his first order of business has been readying them to score against such a tough shot-blocking presence inside. He said in a game like this, you can't turn down good perimeter looks. We've got to be aggressive getting to our looks and try to track down our misses. Guys, let's see how it works.
Hey, Doris, thanks. Steve, Clark, how do you best throw defense like this off balance to enable your scores to get comfortable?
I think the key is you need motion. You can't get too stagnant offensively where you're going one-on-one. Activate the offense with ball and player movement.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. And the other part of that, too, to me, Steve, is you got to be ready to take good shots whenever they come available. Well, really a promising young roster for the Utah Jazz team, guys. A lot of blue-chip talent there. I think in a couple of years, this team has a chance to be one of the best in the West.
Patrick Mills, he's checked in for Tony Parker. Connor Ginobili on the way. Defended by Hayward. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Leonard, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And you got it.
Yeah, that's the big thing. You know, over the course of the season, a lot of games get decided by just a couple of points. And if your team is able to make free throws at a high rate, like the Spurs, shooting just under 80% last year as a team, I mean, that's good for a big chunk of wins during the season.
And Buttiger kicks to Diallo. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And there's the pass to Duncan. Dishes to Mills. Green. Off target from three-point range. Here's the Cobra. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
Well, it seems like they're having a lot of trouble at the line today, and it's just been that kind of a day.
He hits both from the stripe. Here's Green. Well, it's been a high-scoring contest. A minute 50 left in the second quarter. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
The offense really coming around here in the second.
Up above 50% shooting now for the game, guys, and they'll definitely take that. It's defense where they need to key in.
Alec Burks checked in for Utah. On the court for San Antonio. Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2.
Especially for him.
Fast break. Here we go. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. The Cobra in the last game against the Nuggets provided a nice lift. He finished with a handful of points and added 3 rebounds as well. He really was the second unit.
17-point lead, their biggest. Passes to Bellinelli. He dishes it to Buttinger. And the 3 off target.
Almost surprised that he had that much room to work with.
The Cobra, he's in at the point. Rush out there with Jefferson. It's Beatrice, and it's Clark in at the 2. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. And as you said, the Jazz very tough at home as always, Clark, and 30 wins for them in this building last season, which usually, Steve, is enough to get you into the playoffs.
Yeah,
He's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, they're in great position here, and it's thanks in large part to their 3-point shooting.
You called that right. They are lighting it up from behind the arc this half.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Spurs making a change here. Both free throws good from the Cobra. One-sided show. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Fellas, it's impossible to ignore what a good job they've done at the free throw line throughout the game.
And how about the touch they've displayed from long range, guys? I mean, as a team.
Parker's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Spurs. Here's the Cobra. And it's going to be 2 free throws through contact on the shot.
The Spurs have always been very mindful of resting key players during the regular season. Some of it has to do with the age of their players. Some of it is regarding talent because they knew they were a playoff team most years. And you look at the recent...
They're sitting all their starting players for a nationally televised game back in November.
Well, it was their 4th game in 5 nights, and Pop wanted to rest some of their guys because of just the nature of their schedule. But I think the problem was he didn't give the league advance warning. And that game against Miami, when he rested those 3 players, he actually sent them home. And I think that was a little shot at the league. And that's why there was a problem, and that's why the Spurs and Popovich ended up getting fined.
Splitter dishes to Parker. And stolen by Favors. Here's the Cobra, covered by Parker. Here's Rush. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Really had it going on the offensive glass in that first half, but here recently they've gotten away from that. They got to be aggressive in attacking that offensive glass here in the second half.
Here's the Cobra, covered by Parker. And he hits it and gets hacked down the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
What a play. The hoop plus the horn.
Excellent concentration on the
The
finish.
Spurs lead by 19.
And every point they get now puts them one step closer to the W.
If they're not there already, Steve, just a tremendous all-around game of basketball they've played.
1:41 left here in the 4th quarter. And the shot is good. Favors has got in the 4th quarter. Leonard, Splitter dishes to Parker. Parker left side. That's good.
And a terrific run to really put this ball game away.
And now let's see how many more points they can throw up there before the horn sounds.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Boris Diaz checked in for Splitter. Austin Day comes in for Tim Duncan. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Manu Ginobili. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Williams, a screen on Parker. The shot's good from the Cobra.
This run.
And so it's San Antonio. Easily